Deputy Prime Minister says now is not the time to bunker down amid calls for an expansion of the wage subsidy scheme to include big business. Michael McCormack won't rule out measures to expand assistance for workers and businesses, but says he's cautious about saddling the nation with debt. Chief Anchor Kieran Gilbert reports.
In the last week, we saw the passage of the $130 billion JobKeeper initiative. The question is it broad enough, or should the government have a level playing field for all business, both big and small, to keep as many people in their jobs as possible?
Well, look, indeed, we will always look at everything, and we'll continue to roll out measures. We've got the capacity to do just that, but we also need to bunker down now. We also need to know that this is going to be a hit for business, for workers. I empathise with those workers who've lost their jobs, and for them, that is tough.
With the health outcomes at the moment looking encouraging, the flattening of the curve, there are some premature calls for an easing of social restrictions, but nonetheless, the government is already looking at the recovery phase. How will it make this economic recovery work? And one of the questions is, will they need to look to tax reform, particularly the GST?
It's critical, and you do need to have a view on how quickly we need to get government budgets back in order, and I think there is, as I said, a lot of different views on that.
Would you be open to something like GST reform?
I think the Expenditure Review Committee in the States will be having a large say in that, but look, we need to come out the other side strong. We've put in place now $320 billion of measures to make sure that we can cushion our economy as best we can.
But it would also need some big reform too.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
Are you open, though, to things like GST changes, other tax changes?
We have no plans for that.
It's a quiet Easter long weekend for our leaders as well as so many Australians. The next National Cabinet is scheduled to meet on Thursday.